Thank you.
Tom Krenning, 487 Pearl Ridge.
Tom Krenning, 47 Pearl Ridge. Thank you again, council members and Mayor York, for hearing our plea. It's been over 8 years since July 11th of 2000 when the city sent out the first of 6 flood warning letters to the subdivision developer. Within a year and with full knowledge of the problem and no proven repairs, the city approved home building permits in our neighborhood without warning its residents of the potential dangers. By 2003, and after numerous floods, many of the subdivision residents were forced to file a lawsuit against the subdivision developer. After battling for 4 years, the City of St. Charles froze all future developments in our subdivision because of sanitary health situations. Yet within a year, they passed Bill 8458 approving the addition of 18 non-St. Charles City homes to an admittedly failing sanitary lift station. It took the city 6 years to budget and sign a contract with Cole & Associates to fix this problem. Because of this city fix, in 2007, the residents had no recourse but to settle their lawsuit with the developer. 8 years into the problem and 2 years with no forward progress from the city, the citizens believe that during a closed session meeting, the city has now canceled its contract with Cole & Associates. We further believe that through no direct response from the city, that they have also settled a lawsuit with the developer, and the city refuses to disclose its details with its residents. It's the residents' understanding that the city is also violated and in violation of 2 separate Missouri Department of Natural Resource clean water laws. In response to these violations, the city has proposed a sandbag solution when a concrete fix is needed. On Sunday, September 14th, the city failed to use reasonable care. This is the definition of negligence in executing its proposed solution. I'll further proclaim that the city was grossly negligent. By definition, they failed to use even the slightest amount of care and showed willful disregard to the safety of others. That's the definition of gross negligence. I acknowledge that this is a problem that's been going on for a while, and this board has inherited that problem. But I ask, what actions are the city going to take to protect its toddlers, its children, and its law-abiding citizens regarding this matter? Who on the board is going to be personally responsible? Who is going to stand up and make a stand for the citizens? These are the questions I propose to the board and the mayor.
At this time, Ms. Feldman is gone, and after she gets back this weekend, I want to sit down with her and maybe a couple more, and we will try to get back with some answers to you. Okay? It's her ward. We need to work this and see what we can do. Okay?
Are you not answering my question, or?
Well, I don't have all the information at hand right now, and I don't know that anybody else in the room does. I think that Mr. Spurgeon wrote those down, and that we can get back with you after he has an opportunity to visit with her.
Thank you, Mr.
But I think it starts with Ms. Feldman because it's her ward, and I think it starts with her, and try to move something forward, and we'll go from there.
Would she be the one that would take personal responsibility for this then?
I don't know that she would be. And Megan,
who would be then?
Huh?
I'm just asking, who would be?
Megan is on the council. There's nobody that would take direct responsibility, correct?
I would have to look into that. I'm not sure of that answer.
Okay.
Megan, then you'll take personal responsibility for it?
She'll look into it. As an attorney, that's what she can look into it and see. And we can get back with you. Okay?
And when would that be?
Probably middle of next week or a week after.
Okay, so by the middle of next week, someone will get
back
with us with
an
answer.
We'll talk with Mrs. Feldman. We'll try to see if we can move this forward. We'll try to get some answers to your questions and try to get back with you all, okay?
I hear a lot of tentative language in trying and probably. I'm just asking for
and I can't give you that directly because there's 10 of us up here,
mm-hmm.
and Ms. Feldman can bring it forward, and then the 10 of us have to discuss it, and 6 of us have to make a decision to move forward.
Yes, sir.
That's what we need the time to do. So when Ms. Feldman gets back next week, I'll visit with her. We'll see where we're at with this, and we'll try to move this forward. I believe we need to do something, but I'm one.
Yes,
out
sir.
of 10.
Yes, sir.
So, you guys, a lot of you called me yesterday, and I invited you to be here tonight or Sunday, Monday. I was out there twice on Sunday and looked at your situation.
Yes, sir.
And I believe we need to try to do something. But I want to wait till Ms. Feldman gets back because it's her ward. We've got the questions and the information. We will try to get back with you within the next, I'll say 2 weeks, because she's not going to be back till Friday, and depending on what we got to do next week, it would be within the next 2 weeks. We'll try to get you some answers or at least get something moving in that direction.
Mr. Reese, I appreciate your time. Mayor York, appreciate your time. Board.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Mark Francis, 483
Wait a minute.
Pearl Ridge.
I got Mr. Beckering wants to say something.
Yeah, just for the record, one of the things I've always had a concern about on Pearl Ridge, and the prior speaker corrected himself, how many times has water actually got into homes?
Sewage or stormwater?
Stormwater. How many times has stormwater actually entered homes?
Numerous times.
Well, I need data.
At least 2. And
And how many homes?
Let's get the people up here who might. I know Mr. Francis is probably here.
And I don't need to get it here, but I need that data. That's what I'm saying, okay? I want to know how many times actual stormwater, not leaking up through the basement, water came from the outside of a home and got into a home.
This information to Mr. Spurgeon,
Now,
that would be good, okay?
Secondly, for the record, what I want everybody to know, the rain event we just had this past weekend and the one we had in May, in my ward, which is nowhere close to Pearl Ridge, okay? There are multiple homes in my ward, okay, that received sewage backups, okay? So you are not unique.
How many?
Well, in May, I know there were at least 8 homes
Last
in.
weekend.
Hang on. We're talking about Pearl Ridge. Let's get this. He's asked a question for a number. Let's move on.
But for the record,
But
I want to make it known that it's not unique to Pearl Ridge when you have 50-year rain events
That's fine.
to have sewage infiltration in homes. It happens.
And Dave, that's fine. But wait a minute. We're not going to argue this. Excuse me, but we're not going to argue. We're through. Excuse me. We're through the comments. We're going back to this, and we're not going to have any more questions other than what we give to Mr. Spurgeon. If we have a question, we need to know how many people have had water. If you get that information to Mr. Spurgeon, then he can get it to Ms. Feldman, and we can bring it forward. So we're not going to turn this into an open debate right now.
We've got,
okay?
I think the people right here let it be witnessed by those.
Okay, they can get that number to Mr. Spurgeon if somebody would do that, please. And I think, is Mark Francis out there?
Yes, sir,
Mark,
Mr. Reese.
if you would take care of that for me and get it to Mr. Spurgeon, I would appreciate that, okay?
Mr. Reese, thank you.
Okay.